Welcome everyone to tonight's town council meeting. If everyone could please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And there was a scheduling conflict tonight, so there will be no invocation. You may be seated afterwards. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Liz, will you do roll call, please? Here.
David Kincaid.
Here.
Daniel Bragg.
Here.
Gary Gifford.
Here.
Ronald Stone.
Here.
Michael Foot.
Here.
Stephen Terry.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Did everybody have a chance to review the minutes from May 12th? And if so, any additions, corrections? Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion we accept the minutes from the May 12th council meeting. Second.
Have a motion and second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passes. Does not appear to be any items on the consent agenda. Am I correct? Nothing was added as of late?
That's correct, Mr. President.
Seeing none, we'll move on to special presentation from Mercury Fiber Optic. If a representative would like to come up to the podium.
Good evening. Thank you all for having me here. My name is Matt Stimmel. I am the construction manager for Mercury Fiber. We are based out of Kansas. We have locations in Kansas, Missouri, Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. We're here tonight for your consideration for us to build part of our fiber plant, extending it over from the east to the eastern side of Sheridan. Utilizing both underground and aerial construction fiber throughout our plant. That's the main part of the agenda tonight. We've been in the fiber game since the mid-2000s, doing both a wireless and a fiber backbone, and now we're driving that fiber to the home network. We realized that the wireless fiber to the home just isn't going to support future growth and future technology. So we've migrated to a full fiber optic from our data center, what happens to be in South Bend, Indiana, pushing down through the west side of Indiana, over through Fort Wayne, down into the upland area, and down into the greater Hamilton area down through here. One of our key partners that help us draw that fiber network in are the two other gentlemen standing behind me, which is Barrick and Quentin. They're from ECC, Irvin Cable. They are they're our main contractor that builds our fiber networks out for us. We've been using them for 4 or 5 years, help driving out our fiber networks. They're based out of the Markle office, just up the street. With me is my construction coordinator, and he is based out of Fort Wayne. His name is Tyler. I am out of the Ohio office, and I cover both Indiana and Ohio. I grew up, driven around this town and driven out through the area. I grew up in a small farming community, cut my teeth on construction, heavy equipment, things of that nature. So when I see the rural areas and the more densely populated area of town, I can understand your guys' concern, especially with moving auger flighting, combines, things of that nature, in and out of fields and down roads where those comms could be a problem and that would cause an entanglement issue. I have dealt with that firsthand growing up on a small farm. It's disastrous at best, especially when the rain clouds are coming in. And that has always been our main goal whenever I get to sign off on a plant, and which we call plant design, which will be out in the field, that there are minimum clearances out there On the secondary roads, we hit a minimum 15.5 feet in the middle of a span. So you have two poles, and the span would be the sag in the middle. Fiber is ran on what's called a messenger line or strand, which is a piece of metal that is pulled taut between pole to pole, and it supports the fiber. It's lashed to it, so that prevents that sag of the fiber. And we drive that fiber network out from pole to pole. We go underground where we need to. The costs go up significantly, especially when there's other communications and electrical in the ground that we would be worried about hitting, which is a whole other side of the game where we rely on our locating crews to go out and locate those materials, so we stay within a minimum 18-inch clearance distance so we don't get involved with anything of that nature. The other thing that was brought up was, how do we drive that fiber to the home once we do go in-ground or come down the utility pole? We go into a small vault, which is a buried vault down in the ground, and those vault lids take about 20,000 pounds of pressure. They're a composite type vault. We don't use any of those, the PEDs. They're like a green stick-up box. I think they're kind of an eyesore, all said and done. But we do use a cabinet, which is a passive splitter out in the field, and it's about the size of this podium, all said and done. And we try and put those in a right-of-way area, out of sight. Sometimes it's hard to get them out of sight. But in this build, there would be 3 of those type cabinets. And those cabinets, what they do is they consolidate that fiber down into one fiber back to our central office. That fiber comes out, splits out of that cabinet, and drives multiple homes out of it. Those cabinets are passive. They don't take power or anything. It's just basically a switchboard for us to plug in. So again, no electrical, no danger, things of that nature. We try and be very mindful of those things. We have a plan that we go through that our ECC team builds to spec. Tyler and his crew are out in the field. They inspect every inch of the plant to make sure it is built to spec. And we don't leave the area until all restoration is complete, which falls back to our ECC team. I don't want to bore everybody. I'm sure everybody's seen the bullet point PDF that kind of walks through. But my main goal was just to present the basic facts of the situation of what we're looking to do. And like this, with everything, there is a fuse. Sorry about that. 9/30/26 of this year is when some federal funding and state funding expire to help drive internet connection out to the underserved area and the underserved addresses within this group. Once that money expires from the federal and state funding that has been awarded to us, it doesn't go to someone else. It evaporates. And then that money that's been earmarked and set aside doesn't get to be used for the people out there that are desperately needing a better internet connection. I've driven around the build area. I've seen a lot of wireless gear, a lot of dishes on people's houses, and they're struggling. I know. I used to deploy that type of material. So our big concern with that is being able to provide to those underserved homes in a timely manner, to come make a quick presentation, to help answer any questions that you guys may have and continue a conversation. Tyler, ECC, is there anything you guys want to add to the conversation? Okay. What kind of questions can I help field? You've got our full audience, and we could take all night or we could take it offline. Whatever you guys want to do.
I don't. Looking through your presentation,
Sure.
the PDF, in our area, are you the yellow or purple? You're trying to add, I don't know what page it is, but it's page 8 of the slide.
If all right.
winning the battle here.
That, no, that's not, keep going.
Want to make sure we're talking about, um, those are the addresses we're looking to serve, the yellow and the purple in there. And it's basically, on the east side of Sheridan. We're not coming into downtown Sheridan proper, with this build out. We're trying to serve those addresses on the, what is it, Eagletown Road and 6 Points on up. Those are, and then to the east, those are the addresses that we're trying to capture. We're not looking to come into the downtown proper area.
So the green is Jackson Township, correct? And are you doing any work over there yet?
Yes, we are.
You are installing there?
Mhm.
So maximum 3 of those cabinets.
Come again?
You said 3 cabinets.
3 cabinets, yeah. Of those FDH cabinets about the size of this
And
podium.
that is the only thing above ground
That is
besides
the
the wires.
only thing above ground. When we're utilizing our underground plant, when we do aerial, that fiber strand that we put up is at 15.5 minimum height, 19 on the major roads. Semis need 13.6 to get under. Combines, they're gonna push that. You need a little bit higher, and that's what our minimum goal.
So are you asking anything of council this evening?
We know that there was a point of contention about utilizing, and I believe that there was some ordinance that talked about not using the utility poles for aerial construction. We've worked with Duke Energy to replace a lot of those poles to get them up to height. We've actually went into a agreement with them to pay to start replacing poles out in their network so we can hang poles. Came across the green area there, and they're replacing poles in the other boxed in area. I think your council districts show that as like 3, 5, and 6, if I remember correctly, on the east side that we're going to be wanting to work into. And our main goal was to see if we could put our FDH cabinets in ground, and we have your blessing to use the poles for aerial construction when it is required.
Mr. President, if I may.
Yes.
So, Mr. Paddock, in our construction standards, is there a prohibition against these cabinets?
The construction standards state that all new and relocated utilities and pedestals shall be underground.
Okay, thank you. So that is your barrier, if I understand it correctly, with these cabinets. So that's one thing. Second question, if I may.
Correct. That does include the utility wires.
Okay. So, I'm not putting you on the hot seat. I just want to make sure we're all clear on what you're discussing and what you're requesting. So the local rules are, it prohibits aerial installation and it prohibits these cabinets that you speak of. Okay, so there's what they're going to seek a variance or a waiver for. I'm putting words in your mouth, is that correct?
100%.
Okay. Third point, where the residential connections are, you have a competitor that came through this jurisdiction and littered the so-called rights-of-way with the green, as commonly called tombstones.
Yep.
That is not in your build-out, is that
No.
correct?
No. All of our locations that serve homes will be flush with the ground. You can run mower right over it. The only above would be that cabinet, and it's an off-white tannish color. It looks like a transformer.
And it's at grade?
Come again?
It's at grade?
Yeah, it's at grade, but it does sit on the cabinet at grade, and it's about the size of this podium all
That
set
cabinet,
up.
okay. So
Yep.
just to repeat, two things that are in your way from getting a permit.
Yep.
Aerial installation and the cabinets that you
Yep.
need to put above ground. Okay, thank you, nothing further.
So see, this is Jackson Township here, so the Ethan right there.
And in putting those cabinets underground or burying this plant throughout makes it very cost prohibitive for us to come in. And then that grant money that we have to help service those underserved areas expire. And then the residents of the area that are underserved don't have that fiber access, and then they're gonna be boxed out. And we wanna try and help serve them.
You wanna make money.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's,
But
my
our
question
goal
is, you have your date of
9/30/26.
is that total build out?
That's built out.
So
We
you-
have to be
you-
servicing customers.
And you
Yep.
have to be out of here by 9:30.
Yep,
And you're really not boring very much. It's all, you're wanting overhead.
overhead and boring underground. But we have to be servicing
So
customers
how
at
does,
that date.
how does the fiber go from the pole to the residence? Overhead?
We follow power in.
So overhead.
Overhead. If it's underground, we will plow that up to the person's house.
And what's the expense to the owner, the property owner?
0.
Do we
Mr. President,
know?
if I may again,
Yes.
do you have statistics on what is underserved as we sit here tonight?
That's my next question.
Percentage-wise. Percentage-wise, rough number, raw number.
I don't have the percentage on that, but it is on that, if we scroll back on that sheet, I think it's one up, that it does talk about the underserved addresses in the NLC, probably page 8.
I'm trying to get there.
Did you not bring a computer tonight?
We're operating off the main,
Oh, okay.
47 locations within the city of Sheridan, is that right?
Yeah, the whole area is the city though.
so the other question I have, if I may, you're gonna be in the same space, in the same service area as your contemporary slash competitor. I'm sorry. Question for you.
Mhm.
You're in the same, if approved, you'll be in the same space as your competitor, correct?
We will be in the same general area of the envelope spacing. A is always reserved for the power company, and then we'll be on the B slot or the C slot.
So currently, there's one fiber provider in the rural district, what we call rural district.
In the rural districts, I've driven around, there is some fiber out there. A lot of the roads I went down have no fiber comms.
So if
out there.
approved, you will be a option in the marketplace that
Yes,
that residents can select. So have more than one choice.
correct.
Are there any other questions from council for the gentleman?
So are they asking,
Ask him.
no, what are you asking for tonight?
We'd like to get a variance to put our 3 FDH cabinets out at the proposed locations and to be utilizing our aerial strand to connect from pole to pole to service the area.
I didn't see anywhere on the map of your 3 locations. And maybe hopefully I missed it. Can you?
It would be,
6 points and
I did, my internet connection did work. It was on page 11 and page
Okay.
13.
I see the 11.
Yep.
So Councilor Stone, I think procedurally, they will need to complete an application with Mr. Paddock and then come back to this body for approval with that variance language expressed. And Mr. Paddock has a comment or a correction.
So at this point, I have received 7 applications that they are wanting to proceed with, all in varying areas. They are in the shown map that they have provided. All of them do show that they are going to go underground, the plans that I have been provided.
issue with aerial, I'm going back to him. Sorry, Mr. Paddock, do you have an issue with the aerial lines?
The only issue I have is that our construction standards state that they are not allowed.
Okay. Do you want to chime in, Director Miller?
Sorry, I believe Mr. Paddock has covered the issue. The aerial installation and the cabinets are above ground and not permitted per our construction standards.
Jeff, I think Jackson put your opinion in this.
Yes. No, no opinion.
My opinion is what they're requesting is not
That's fair.
allowed.
Is anyone in the audience in any of the northeast region of our community? How's your internet out there?
Well, I got great internet.
Okay. Who are you using?
I'm talking to the guy that had a stroke and memory retarded his brain, so I cannot remember at this
Okay.
point in time, but it's the 5G one. It's not, they came down my road with
With,
cable too.
with the green boxes?
They, yes, they
Okay.
offered to put it in for about the same price I was paying, for my
Okay.
5G, but my 5G is working so good that I didn't worry about it.
Mr. President, there's no question, I live in the part that's underserved, which is up near Eakin, and of course Comcast, they stopped just north of Oxley when they were putting all that stopped. And, so my internet comes off of the tower at 31, and it's not very good service. I'm not, necessarily promoting, but I'm just telling you that part of the township, the town out there is pretty well underserved.
When you state underserved in your documentation, we have hardline options available through a couple of providers. We have fiber options available in various areas through a couple of providers, and we also have Verizon and assorted mobile providers with 5G service for 5G routing. So when you state underserved and you haven't provided any sort of coverage map, particularly for my interest with 5G coverage, what does that look like? Like what, just a general up-down speed that you think is qualified as underserved?
Sure. The benchmark for what is considered underserved does tend to be a moving target. And to directly answer your question, that is about right now, is at about the 50 meg rate, would be your upload download speed, and that would be considered an underserved area. Our plans go 1 gig to 5 gig range, where the 5G terminology is a cellular type connection. It is not a hard line, not a wired connection, where it comes back to that cell tower, and it's all dependent on how much traffic is at that cell tower, fluctuates what 5G would be. A fiber hardline connection, it definitely passes that served area with being able to provide 1 gig and beyond service, up to 5 gig. And it is future-proofed with new technology that comes out with different material on the ends, no retrofitting out the whole plant. That technology grows through that fiber. Once they figure out how to shrink that light down further, our plant grows. We just replace 2 ends, and we get a faster throughput over time.
Right, so when you talk about build-outs and future-proofing, your service schedule here leaves out a substantial area of served areas, underserved areas, by your statement. With these 3 pedestals currently that you're seeking a variance on and anticipated growth through the Sheridan Comprehensive Plan, which I don't know if you've reviewed that document or not. I'm not asking you to predict the future, but if you were to estimate based on previous experience and growth in this area, how much longer until you're looking for a secondary variance for additional growth?
Great question. Those cabinets that we're utilizing now, we have extra capacity in them to drive other addresses out. The area that we have outlined now is a carve-out that we call, that we can compete in, that has enough addresses available for us. As you said, in the future, as things grow, I can't predict where those are going to be, so I can't answer that question of what variance we'll need in the future. What I can say is those cabinets do have extra capacity in them, so we can grow our plant out from those cabinets.
Have you guys dealt with any decommissioned projects? Like Duke decides they're going to move their routing somewhere else. For instance, on State Road 47 down here that's currently under reconstruction, there have been substantial construction delays simply because Duke moved their power poles and communications companies didn't move theirs. Duke cuts them off above the communication wires. They stay in the right of way. They stay in the way. Construction can't start until they're moved. There's very little communication. Do you have any examples of your company's history with decommissioning?
Absolutely. We use a process called One Touch Make Ready. So when Duke comes to move a pole, we work with them that they move our comm over at the same time, or we come in right behind them. We'd prefer to pay them to move our comm line over to the new pole as they're moving over the power at the same time. That way, it is just a one touch. There's no delay in that pole coming out. That's always a point of contention. I know exactly what you're talking about, where you have to look at these poles chopped off at the 15-foot level, and you're waiting on an incumbent comms company to take many months to move it.
No further. Thank you.
I have a question for Kim Riley. During e-learning days, how busy does the library get? Because residents don't have internet access.
We do not have, it's kind of.
You don't anymore?
No.
Okay,
That would have been calendar, we can't tell us since that.
okay. It used to be that way. I think you were flooded. Okay. Anyone else have any questions up here? Does anyone want to entertain a motion or ask legal any questions?
If I may, I've worked in this industry. I'm not saying I support anything one way or the other, but aerial for rural, in my experience, is extremely common. And the cabinets, again, you got to get the internet to people somehow. So the cabinets are also extremely common. I don't think, in my opinion, I know our standards, but based on this, I don't think it's egregious what they're asking for.
Yes, sir.
If I may.
Yes.
Two things. One, I have received encroachment permits from an Endeavor and Spectrum. So that may be coming to you guys' plates later. But additionally, they have informed me that they can put these cabinets underground, that it just costs more money, that they require them to acquire land to put them underground.
Mr. Paddock, would you explain who Spectrum and Endeavor, what are those, who are those entities?
Spectrum and
What are those?
Endeavor are both telecommunication companies.
Are they fiber?
Spectrum, it looked like yes, that it was going to be fiber. Endeavor, I got their permit request about a month ago, and then they asked me to hold off on that process.
Can you put those cabinets underground? It's not are you willing to, can you physically put those cabinets underground?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
That's all.
but it is very cost prohibitive.
In my opinion, I'm not a proponent of the cabinets, especially what Comcast did to our community. The three don't bother me as much, but this is going to be a fiber optic world where we're going to have more people come through, and if we did one for one, I'm okay with the overhead lines. I'm wishy-washy on the three cabinets. I could probably be okay with only three, but not at every resident, which you're not proposing. That's just my 2 cents. But it's not going away, and if we have areas in the community that are hurting. Yes, sir.
Suggest that if you're going to grant a variance regarding the cabinets that you have, that you located in a location approved by the town.
100%. We will go out there and adjust our design, mark them out, and have you guys sign off on it, that that's where you want them.
The existing right-of-ways in these proposed areas are not all that wide. These pedestals in my full-time job tend to collect vehicles for some reason,
They're magnetic.
no matter how rare they are. If that proposed variance was in a location proposed by the town, I assume you're going to attempt to collect additional easement rights. Some of these are not going to be very far off the road in their current configuration, and they are in very busy areas. Is that correct?
That is correct. They are situated on a cabinet that is a breakaway base, if and when they do get hit, and we'll be more than happy to help work with you guys to locate them and make them as less obtrusive as possible.
When they do get hit, how quick do you guys replace those and get people back up?
We know instantly when they're hit.
Sure, but what's the
And we
timeframe?
have staff that is 24/7, that is deployed out there. We have cabinets that are waiting on a shelf, ready to be deployed.
I'm looking for a number. How long? Hours, days, weeks?
6 hours
Okay.
from outage time.
Well, I think we've had enough discussion. If there's a motion to be made, I'm ready for it. If not, we'll move on.
I'll make a motion, we accept the proposed variances for Mercury Fiber Optic.
You want to amend your motion with approved
Oh, I'm
locations?
sorry, yes, I'll amend my motion with the approval of the 3 cabinets by the council.
I would second it.
So we have a motion and a second as presented. We want to do a roll call, or? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
You have a variance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Can I just clarify, that is just for the cabinets, or is that for aerial as well?
I
It was
stated,
stated cabinets, it
I
was
stated-
not stated aerial.
I stated both both
It's for both.
variances.
For both,
Yes, I said
okay.
both variances,
I
and
just
then I
need to know for
specified
my
the cabinets.
enforcement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for
Thank
both.
you.
That's the only item for special presentation. Do want to take this time to welcome everyone to our new chamber. I'd like to acknowledge a few people for this room and the success of this room. Blake Watson is standing at the back of the room. His company is the one that did the remodel and is helping us with the audio video. So please bear with us. It's been good. It's been great so far, but it's a work in process on the audio video. So if there's any hiccups or whatnot, just ignore the guy that's walking behind us fixing things. It's kind of like Wizard of Oz. Don't look behind the curtain. TK Designs, hopefully I said that right. Tammy would like to stand up. She has turned the vision that this council had into what you are looking at today. She even had a local resident, Kim Hogg, produce the sketches on the back wall. Everyone take a look at those. She also approached the Historical Society for photos. Through that hallway is our executive room for smaller meetings, and there's some photos from the Historical Society in there as well. And the last person I want to recognize on this is Michelle Williams. So if you'd please stand up. She was the liaison between the prior 2 individuals and the council in tying all of this together, and you did a wonderful job, all 3 of you. I'd like to give them a round of applause for. So hopefully everyone enjoys this room. We're pretty excited about it. Kind of looks like we might know what we're doing, even though some days we don't. Move on. We'll go to old business right now, unless anyone up here has anything they want to say.
One thing real quick. I think
we have to speak a little bit closer to the mics so that it picks it up, because people aren't getting audio from home via the presentation, but they'll get subtitles. But if they can hear us in the mic, I think it'll pick it up. Is that correct? Okay. So I think we almost have to eat the mic to make that happen, just FYI. But I think there may be a setting too.
Sure.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. So,
You're more than welcome to guide that whole thing the whole night.
no, you
Test,
go ahead.
test.
All right. You have it now. Can you hear? Hopefully, people at home can hear.
We'll figure it out.
All
Okay.
right.
Old business, update on 236th Street Improvement Project. We have,
There's no update. MT still has until May 29th to get the contract back, so we'll have an update on our first meeting in June.
okay. Is there any State Road 47 update that we should be giving right now? Traffic pattern changed.
Yes, they changed the traffic pattern today. Mr. Gifford took a look at it. So it's now Arrow Street and Chicken Shack are now open towards the east. And is that correct, Mr. Gifford?
That
They
is
closed
correct.
the west side, coming back to the west. Is that right?
As far east as you can go from the west is the water tower entrance. So the entrance to the industrial park and Mizo would be from the west. Everything else, strip mall, Sheridan Estates, Dollar General, Chicken Shack, those businesses are only accessible from the east. They stop you at the Sheridan Estates and strip mall entrance.
And that'll be that way for a while.
Couple weeks, I would say.
Okay. Any other old business? And Vance, you'll be the big test. If you can't hear us, let us know. Okay?
I can hear you fine.
You can, okay. And your feet's touching the ground, so is the chair comfortable? All right. Well, we changed them all just for you because they were too tall. You're welcome. Moving on to new business, we do have an item 8 that we're going to add, and it's employment related. It may be an 8 and 9, but we will get to that at the end of new business according to the agenda. So the first item is 417 improvement location permit, a use agreement. And we're opening it right now. And come on up.
Good evening. So Greek's Pizza is looking to install a pergola over the patio, and per the agreement between the town and Greek's, a pergola is permitted. The town's building permit requires property owner consent, and per Mr. Devaney's request, it is before you guys tonight. And I'm happy to answer any questions you guys might have.
So if you don't know and you're on council, the parking lot at Greek's Pizza is a publicly owned parking lot. We entered into an interlocal agreement with Greek's, the owner of the property. I believe it was the property, not Greek's itself, to, if they would improve the parking lot, we would let them use a portion of the parking lot strictly for the business on the property. So the portion of the parking lot they're using is the gated community for outdoor seating. The rest of that parking lot is public parking, so it's not designated or owned by the restaurant. When we agreed to this, there was discussion during that legal document that they wanted to build a pergola on it. So I think at this point, it's kind of just rubber stamping what we've already agreed to. Is that correct? I'm looking at legal.
Yeah, I think so.
So I think we just need to bless this for them to build it, because for them to enter into this local agreement, they had to more or less rebuild that, pave it, and then take care of it, snow plow, whatever, in turn for use of that gated outdoor seating. So,
They have the right to use that until 2047.
yes. So, any discussion?
And now they just want to put a pergola over that enclosed area
Correct.
piece that was already agreed.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Does does that confer with the property, or is it exclusive to that particular lessee?
I would say it's to the property owner, not the lessee. And I'll be corrected if I'm wrong by,
No, I think you're correct. And
Yeah.
it's not technically a lease, it's just a use agreement, indemnification use agreement, which is a little unusual.
so even if the restaurant were to change to a diner, as long as the owner still owns the property, that's still, the agreement still is upheld.
Yeah, but we probably need to issue a written, it says they can't construct on anything according to the indemnification agreement, so we'll put something together in writing to amend it.
Is there any further questions? Entertain a motion if you guys so see.
I'll move that this body accept the improvement location permit application as presented with modification from legal concerning the construction of said structure.
I'll second.
I have a motion and second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passes.
Entertain a motion for the president to sign it too, so I don't have to track everybody down.
I amend my motion to include the authority of the council president to execute the document as presented by legal.
Blue Maven IT hardware price quote.
I think maybe
Oh, we
Second.
want to vote on that again?
I will still second that.
All right, we have a motion and second as amended presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Now we'll move on to Blue Maven IT hardware price quote. Is this Liz or is this Jennifer?
Said that the town needs a new server
Oh,
Or-
okay, yes.
or to switch to cloud-based programs. So I have a quote for a new server for the town, or if we switch to the cloud-based programs, the cost for that.
that's their voice action item.
Yeah, voice BSA,
Yeah, okay, that's the other thing.
yeah.
So if we did cloud-based, that would probably make it easier for all of our departments to access.
They say there's advantage to that, yes.
Yes. And then we don't have hardware, we're tied into, any other directors want to chime in on their opinions on cloud system versus server?
Planning and development, as well as I believe Public Works, are already using cloud for storage. So we would not need access to the server.
Okay. I would assume there's a backup system as part of this quote as well for a cloud-based system.
I believe they have a backup for it, yes.
And that's an annual fee.
Yes.
That's it. You have it in front of you.
Yes, and there's currently annual fee with what we have with voice, and they're running about the same cost.
Are you happy with your current service from Voice?
Yes,
And you don't see any issues moving payroll and personnel to their ecosystem?
well, nobody's happy with the ADP system we use for payroll, so I think they'd all be eager to have something else. It's the only thing, they don't have a clock in and clock out feature, so we'll probably be going back to putting it on paper.
Thank you.
So I'm just making sure, Liz, that I'm understanding this right. This will take the place of ADP, is that correct?
Yes,
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure I'm following along here.
yes.
The overall annual fee structure also appeared to be exactly competitive, so we would be looking at new costs for implementation and training, the module transition, and apparently there's some sort of early adopter discount for signing it before a certain period that would save a substantial chunk of money if we decide to go cloud-based with Voice.
Any other discussion?
just looking through, trying to find, one, we found the annual fee eventually. And then Mr. Terry was wondering if it's stated anywhere who was actually hosting the cloud, but obviously Boyce is the company, but didn't know if they were in-house hosting it or just general curiosity.
Did you have a question, Counselor Foote?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, going from the police department side of it, being our IT person, works with them at ISS. I know Blue Maven doesn't have access to our systems, and the county will not permit them to get into our systems. But I think we'll still be able to use the function of being able to clock in.
You'll be able to do what?
Use the functioning of being able to clock in and out.
Okay.
After our business.
Okay. Thank you. Any further discussion?
I'll make a motion that we accept the quote from Boyce to move to a cloud-based system.
Second.
Well, this will need subject to legal review, I assume?
I couldn't hear what you said, sir.
This is subject to legal review of a contract.
Absolutely.
I'll amend my motion to include a review from the legal team.
So I have a motion and a second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passes. So now we're on to item number 4, temporary use and events permit. Full mow race.
Mr. President, point of order, maybe I wasn't paying attention. You approved Blue Maven, is that correct?
We approved Boyce, and Boyce, that overrode Blue Maven's price quote, didn't it?
Really?
It was one or the other. Okay, you can come back up. We're back to you. So this is, Katie, the mic is yours.
Thank you. So good evening. Before you this evening for approval is FOMO Race Temporary Use and Events Permit application. It will be held on May 30th. The starting line will be at the corner of 5th and Main Street. The racers will head north on Main Street, turning left onto 38th and West 2nd Street, and then onto the Monon Trail, racing up to the county line, turning around, and then heading back south towards Indianapolis, all while running on the Monon Trail the entire way. A representative from the FOMO race is here tonight to answer any questions you might have regarding it, and then I'm happy to answer any procedural questions. Thank you.
Sure. Step on up to the podium.
TJ Daly here to answer any questions you have, race director for the full mow.
So exactly what is it?
So it's a 31-mile race, 50K race. We started at the Legion in 2021. Very small race. We've now grown to the largest 50K road race in the United States. And we're super excited to start in Sheridan. So the way it works is we show up about 5:30 in the morning. The racers are off by 6, so before most people are awake. And by the time they hit the county line and come back on the Monon, we're out of here by 6:30. We have a staff of probably 20 to break everything down and get it out of there, and no trace left behind.
It's just one way, correct?
Well, we go up Main, left, then right out to county line, turn, and then head back one way, and then they run all the way to downtown Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yep.
Given the reorganization that occurred, this will now involve 13 road crossings within the city of Sheridan. What's your public safety plan for that? How many runners are you anticipating?
We anticipate starting somewhere in the neighborhood of 230 runners. We are very, very conscious of, especially as you get further south, just the different laws in the different municipalities
throughout the race. So we've always been very careful to ensure that all of our runners, normally when they get to these distances, they're very experienced, but we constantly reinforce crossing. This is year 6. We've had no incidents. Last year we did use some cones when we got to 38. Nobody's on the road, but we put those up for the runners to go past. It's about a half mile, so it's 5 minutes. We break them down and get them out of there. But we've had no issues with that, and it's a big focal point for us that our runners cross with caution.
Thank you.
Any further questions for this gentleman?
Did you guys start you did the full mow last year too out of here,
Yeah.
didn't you? Okay.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We've just grown so much, and happy to get in front of you guys and talk a little
Absolutely.
bit about it.
Yeah.
Does staff have a recommendation?
So I guess our recommendation is approval.
Okay. Any further discussion? Go ahead.
I do see where it says you're going to place several porta potties.
So we've been talking with Legacy Images on the corner, and that we discussed with them putting 3 porta potties in their lot behind in the lot behind their business, so that runners could use those. We partnered with Greeks as well, and last year it just got overwhelmed, and we had to start the race 15 minutes late because they couldn't handle. So we wanted to kind of balance that out, and then the great thing about having those there is when the runners come back through, they can hit them a second time if they need to.
So how quickly will those disappear?
We are going to have those as tightly, I would say worst case, it would be like they drop them late Friday and they pick them up first thing Monday. I'd love to have it much tighter than that, so we'll work with them at the tightest window possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Officer Garrison, do you have any concerns with this? I see that, Sheridan PD helped significantly with them last year. Just want to make sure you don't have any concerns.
Right this second, no, but a lot of it we put on our construction detours and what's going on with all that at that time too. Because we've got the influx of all the extra traffic coming up County Line Road, going across whether it's 38 or 2nd Street. And we're on 26th Street since the Mohawk crosses there also.
How do most of your runners get there? They dropped off?
So we have about 25% take a shuttle from downtown up here. The majority of them a lot of them are local, so it's just like local drop-off. Last year, I don't think we had too much of a problem last year with the parking on Main Street. I would say, yeah, those are the 2 main ways that people get there. They either take our shuttle and they're dropped off at like 5:30 in the morning. We do have 20 wild people that are running it from the end to the start and then back down to the end. But outside of that, the rest are taking buses or getting dropped off by local.
Okay.
When is this event, sir?
It's Saturday, May 30th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 12 days.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't see it anywhere. I apologize, but.
No problem.
Anyone like to make a motion?
I think it sounds like a wonderful event. I know they've been meeting and planning it, and I would ask that we move that we approve this application
I'll second.
permit.
Have a motion and a second. As stated, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Good luck. Road impact fee plan renewal.
The road impact fee study helps us to establish the road impact fees that are assessed against new construction in the community. This helps to offset the town's costs, not only with road improvements, but also in leveraging improvements by developers for the roads in Sheridan. The proposal that is in front of you has been refined several times to ensure that it's consistent with the comprehensive plan that was just adopted by this body in April at this time I can answer any questions you have. Mr. Bertrand may have more to add.
Yeah, I'll help add some color to that. So this, as you see, I can't pull it up. The mouse is half dead, I guess. This is A&F Engineering. They are the engineering firm that has created the current road impact fee program. By statute, the road impact fee ordinance has to be updated. And as you can see in one of the exhibits, this is not town-wide. This is a very focused area that includes the town district and portions of the rural district where, as Jennifer mentioned, the comp plan calls for the highest level of growth. We want to be mindful that not to have this applied throughout the entire rural district because that stays consistent with the message of reorganization. So you can see that there's a breakdown, thank you, Mr. Terry, a breakdown on each phase and what's payable during those phases. But in light of the presentation that you received in the last meeting, case in point would be Lennar. I think they have over 500 parcels that they would like to build, and this, if implemented or renewed, will then help you capture those fees. Same is true of any commercial development that may occur along the 31 corridor. As we sit here tonight, let's take Skylake as an example. They're going to generate an immense amount of trips. But we have no authority to collect any fees from them. So it's important. It's a cost of doing business. I think Mr. Higgins and I spoke today. There's roughly $250,000 in the account right now that's been generated that will be used or should be used to help cash flow the payment of this. We can reimburse ourselves back. It takes 6 months, as you may be aware. By the time you pass it, the time that the clock has to tick. So in a manner of speaking, simply put, if you don't do this, or even park impact fees, which I'll touch on later on the agenda, you're leaving money on the table to improve those roadways.
So to clarify another aspect of this, this would only be charged to new build.
That is correct.
And that we were very mindful of following the reorg plan of development in certain areas, so that if we would have done a blanket for the entire town and someone wanted to build a home on family property, they would have been assessed a road impact fee just for a single residence. So we tried to avoid as much as possible from that happening. I mean, it may happen here or there, but again, a lot of those roads in that list are not north of 246.
Yeah, there's a map that it shows what is called the Zone Improvement Plan, or ZIP as it's referred to in the industry, of what will be assessed. That's where the traffic counts will occur, and that's where the money, once you collect it, where the money will then be expected to be spent to improve those roads.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions for staff?
The funding for this is currently unencumbered money.
As Mr. Bertrand indicated, we can use collected road impact fees to pay for the study. So we can absolutely use the existing funds. There's no road projects at this time that plan on using those fees currently.
Okay, none of our infrastructure development is currently drawing on the road impact fee account.
Not that I'm aware of. We don't have a capital improvement plan that would establish that.
Thank you.
We will put together a timeline. If we move forward with this, we'll put together a timeline of the reenactment of the impact fee. There was some confusing and complicated legislative enactments this year that directly impact impact fees, and we'll assess those. You have to be within, to assess it, you have to be within 1 mile of the
Did they give a time frame for completion of this?
I believe they indicated that the final product will be 6 months from the commencement of the study.
Final report, May 30th.
Thank you.
I was looking, I just couldn't find it.
Sorry.
Any other discussion?
May I add one more thing? Mr.
Yes, sir.
President? We did add an Appendix E, additional provisions, 5.17 section to their standard contract to just include insurance indemnification, compliance and non-discrimination, some things that are required, but first of all are advisable and some are required by state statute. We had a very similar addition to their on-call engineering contract, and to my knowledge, they didn't object to it, although I've not seen the signed contract.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion, we accept the professional services agreement with A and F Engineering for the road impact fee study.
Second.
I have a motion and a second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Thank you.
V3 Park General Assistance Consulting Agreement, Park Board presentation.
I'll speak to this.
Well, we have the Park Board president here.
I'm happy to speak to it. I'll put her on the spot. So V3, if you recall, a gentleman by the name of Chuck Lehman, his company created the first park impact fee ordinance and did the needs assessment under the statute. So he made a presentation, he and his team made a presentation to the Park Board a few weeks ago, at your last meeting, as a precursor to the Park Master Plan. So again, influenced by reorganization, it is their recommendation that we have this general services consulting agreement. I think it will help the Park Board really fully understand their scope, their statutory authority, and then build upon this service agreement into the Park Master Plan, the trails plan, and then obviously park impact fees as we expand that area as a zone improvement, if you will. A Park Master Plan is an important component when you have a park board, because it then makes you eligible for funding from the state. There are significant opportunities there to qualify for grant funding to then improve your parks, but you have to have a Park Master Plan before that. Before we develop a Park Master Plan, it is their recommendation that we have this general services agreement to work and have workshops with your park board. This also is eligible for payment from the park impact fees, which I believe, Mr. Higgins, is a little over $200,000 as we sit here tonight.
So we have the funds to pay for this.
We do.
I'll entertain a motion.
Where is it? I'll make a motion, it was accept the V3 Park General Assistance Consulting Agreement.
Second.
I have a motion and second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passes.
Just as a note, when they go to sign this contract, we put an Exhibit D on this one also, just to add some additional provisions.
Sheridan Main Street, Inc., request of fee waiver.
Thank you, gentlemen. Heidi Keenholtz, Sheridan Main Street, Inc. I also would like to say that park impact fees are the reason why we have our new park out at the community center. So I appreciate you guys passing that for us. Tonight, we are looking to request a waiver for fees that we would be incurring in order to put up banners for the Sheridan Art Alley. So this banner would be 4 by 8 feet, and it is going to be, we're asking for one now for a variance for it. It's going to be flat to the building of the Sheridan Fire Department, facing Main Street. It's going to be 4 by 8, And the permit has already been approved for facing Main Street. However, we will be applying for a second permit for that location as well, for the back of the building, facing Ohio Street. Sheridan, or Chief Stern has been consulted. He has no issues with this. He also agreed that this would be a flat mount with attachments and mortar joints and would be repaired when removed. The banners would be materials be used of materials to sustain weather throughout the installation process of the alley, which can be which we're looking for taking up to a whole year. So we're looking for our ask tonight is waiving the 2 permit fees. That's a total of $264. We are viewing this as we want all the dollars that we raised in the art alley to stay in the art alley and not be spent on fees and permits. We're also going to be going up to the BZA meeting in June, and we're asking to waive the BZA variance fee for our request because they won't typically, per our code, we are not allowed to have signs up for more than 15 days. So we're going to be asking for a variance to keep the sign up for longer. That is, the BZA is also going to be $450 plus an additional $50 for each additional variance in case something should arise. So we're asking for both of these fees to be waived and for us to be able to put the banners up for the information for the art alley. Any questions?
I may have misheard you. Do you not have your variance from the BZA yet for the extended
So
mounting?
currently we have the permit for the banner, but that's only good for 15 days. So so currently we can put up the banner right now, and we're asking for the variance to extend that past the 15 days.
From the BZA, not this body.
Yes, but we're asking for the fee to be waived here in this body.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Does anyone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion, we waive the fees for the Main Street Inc. Banners project.
I second.
Have a motion and a second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
Thank you,
Passes.
gentlemen.
Thank you. Now, hopefully the BZA will help you out. Added to new business, I don't know really how to word it, so I'll probably turn this over to Todd Bertrand or legal, but with the changes that are coming, we've been discussing a town manager position. Todd Bertrand, as a consultant, has primarily been taking that role, but later this year, that's going to change. Huh? Time to move on. So,
You guys are getting too hot for me.
so we've been kicking this around for several months, almost a year, and Mr. Kirby has been the top of my list, and some of the other council members that we've discussed with his ability to work with all of the departments and just his work ethic in general. And we have also talked to legal about doing this contractually, and we're not quite there yet. I think Mr. Kirby's contract as director is up at the end of this month. And Todd, do you want to take over this conversation?
Are you going to take action on this tonight?
I'd like to take action as far as,
Could you have a motion to amend your agenda to add new business item,
sure.
town manager employment?
I'll move that we add business item 8, town manager employment.
Second.
Have a motion and second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passes. Thank you.
So on that note, Mr. Kirby, and he will not tell you this, but I will, at the risk of making him feel awkward. He is well credentialed. He has a graduate degree in, I believe, management. Is that correct? Yeah, one of them. Very subtle nod of the head in the affirmative. Mr. Kirby was, in his previous stead and employed before arriving here, was the Assistant Chief of the Noblesville Police Department, where he was the Chief Administrative Officer just below the police chief. He's no stranger to leading organizations with complex demands placed upon them. In his time here as your Public Works Director, he has been on a steep learning curve and done a remarkable job. The morale in his department, if you've been around here any length of time, is significantly improved. And you have grown to a point where there needs to be a helmsman or helmsperson here on a routine, regular basis. And he is well qualified to take those reins. He and I have had several conversations. If it's the will of the council, I won't go far and help prop those things up. Now, if I may advance, I'll leave it at that. Nothing further.
Sure.
I could go on, but I will not.
Any discussion up here?
The only discussion I have is, what do we have to, so in order to make him town manager, we are creating a brand new position, correct?
Correct. So we will have to do an adjustment to the salary ordinance.
Okay.
Salary resolution, and there's a few other items that people have talked about adjusting that, so we'll work with.
So the plan tonight would be just to make an appointment to that position, and then we would follow up the next meeting with a contract of employment and a salary amendment, ordinance amendment. Tonight is just appointing Mr. Kirby to that position on an effective date.
Okay.
Just for the record, and the date would be June 1st. Since his contract is approaching the near end, and I don't think we want to pay Mr. Bosma to come up with a 30-day contract or something, and at that point, Mr. Kirby may not want to stick around for another 30 days, so.
One other thing, is it I'm not gonna say drastic, but is our government structure changing if all of a sudden we now have a town manager? So who is then the chief executive of the town?
So the statute, that's a position that exists under the statute, and there's enumerated responsibilities under that statute. And his job description will reflect that of the statute. That position has limited executive authority, daily operational, no policy decisions as it comes before you. He's not a mayor. He doesn't have that type of executive authority, but as it relates to daily operational decisions, contracts, contract approval, certain expenditures, HR issues, as it relates to performance and any discipline would all eventually roll up to him. So your directors will report to the town manager. That's how the organizational chart will look. And then the town manager reports to you all as a legislative, and quite frankly, you act as an executive body as well.
Currently, Todd's been functioning that role, and I believe you had an expenditure limit of around 30,000. So if there was an emergency, he could make a decision without us.
Yes, and that was my understanding. Todd was on a consulting level, but he still had a spending limit.
Right.
He was kind of acting, and this is formally making a town manager. So I was just wanted clarification.
Sure.
Thank you.
And the town council president remains the executive.
Okay.
So there's no change to that.
Okay.
Administrative functions.
Anybody have any other questions? So if anyone would like to make a motion.
I would be proud to nominate or appoint Scott as the town manager.
Subject to contractual review.
Subject to contractual review.
And effective July, or
June 1, effective June 1.
Effective June 1.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Don't know what you got yourself into.
seconded that motion, Mr. President.
Mr. Kincaid. So I also need an amendment to the agenda for Mr. Kirby's open position. Will someone please make?
I'll make a motion that we add item number 9 to tonight's agenda. I presume to take action to fulfill the position now vacated by Mr. Kirby effective June 1st.
I'll second.
Motion and second is presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? So during the discussion of Mr. Kirby moving, obviously we've created a problem with the vacancy. I've talked to a few council members during this time, and we did have one person step up and show interest, and it seems to be a perfect fit to me, and that would be Counselor Gifford. With his current duties at the Sheridan school system, over transportation, he has been he's been the go-to guy for Mr. Kirby. He's been in the NDOT meetings with the State Road 47 project. It just seems like a good transition. Do you have anything, Todd, on this one?
No.
No. Obviously, if we have a motion, Mr. Gifford would have to abstain from this vote. Please feel free to discuss.
Mr. President, point of clarity, if this is approved by this body, it's noteworthy for the record that Mr. Gifford would then resign his council seat.
Yes. And your term would be up the end of this year?
Yes.
So 6 months left of his term. So we'll have another caucus if so be. Also, Mr. Gifford, you're taking a class right now, aren't you? Or
Yes, it's to be able to be the signer for, it's an NDOT thing, but yes.
so we'll still have 2 people that can be the signer for any NDOT project coming forward. So everything that we've done up to this point will not be for naught.
Have you been in the loop on, you've been collecting, okay, I see the nod. The question was, if Mr. Gifford's been in the loop on collecting the stuff, was that CTMC? Who is the contractor that we're looking for the next project that's due May? CMT, sorry, I got my acronym messed up.
Yes, sir, Mr. Terry. Mr. Gifford was the street commissioner. He and I have worked hand in hand for the last 6 months. He's as clear as anybody on all of these projects. The ERC program is what he was referring to, so that he would be certified to sign along with me. So Mr. Gifford is up to speed on every
Good.
project we
Okay.
have going.
So no lag or dropout time on that handoff of, okay. Thank you.
This would also be a motion subject to contractual through legal, and the effective date would be June 15th. So to finish out his contract with the school is June 15th. And we have discussed how coverage would be handled for that 2-week period.
From June 1st to 15th,
Correct.
that's the period you're talking
Yes.
about? Okay. So I'll make a motion to approve, appoint Mr. Gifford as street director effective June 15th, pending contractual agreement with the understanding of resigning as town council member at that time?
Yes.
And I will second that.
I have a motion and a second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Congratulations.
Thank you. Looking forward to it. Ready to make a change and continue working for the citizens here in Sheridan.
Any other new business? Congratulations, both of you. I appreciate your involvement in everything that you've been doing. Find out where I left off here. Finance reports. Mr. Higgins, do you have anything to report?
No, sir.
Thank you. Attorney report.
Nothing very notable. I will point out one person in the audience that some of you are well acquainted with, but the person that you have engaged for
general discussion items, good of the order. Anybody on council have anything good of the order?
Gentlemen, I'll go ahead and bring this up. It was sent to me. I've had some discussions with this gentleman. You should have seen in your inbox this week a petition from Mr. Irvin, lives on 241st Street, West Road. So he had reached out to me, expressed his concern with the traffic on 2nd Street, 241st area. And he has taken it upon himself to go and get a petition. He is asking for us to lower the speed limit. So Chief Nielsen chimed in on this. So when it changes from 2nd Street to 241st Street, it goes to 55, I believe. He is requesting that we make the speed limit from, let's say, the Monon Trail to the Hamilton Boone County Line Road to a 20 miles per hour speed limit. He did get 25 signatures of folks that all live along that area. There's a couple that do not live on that street. I'm not sure if those are.
It looked like he had everyone that lived.
It's a good majority of them. I had spoke with a few people in that area that did not want to sign it and chose not to. But I wanted to bring this up for good of the order, for some discussion here. Zach chimed in on it as well. If we do decide to do something with this and change this, him and Chief Nielsen both said that a traffic study would need to be completed and an ordinance change. So Zach, if you want to go a little bit more into that.
That's correct. In very limited exceptions where a town can change a speed limit without a traffic study being done. It doesn't sound like that exception is present here. I will add the ordinance sets the speed limit of 20 miles per hour on 2nd Street. Once that changes over on 246, the default is 55, unless it's prescribed in ordinance otherwise. So this would require a traffic study to be done.
Even under like an emergency situation?
Emergency situation, you could have a change in the speed limit without a traffic study. That construction or the speed limit change has to be within the vicinity of construction. I've examined this with another road in town. Director Kirby sent, I believe it was 246 or 226. Thank you. Where there's been some traffic diverted down that road as a consequence of what's going on here in the town. I don't believe that the word vicinity applies to that situation. I think the spirit of that statute is essentially a work safety requirement. So I don't think that applies here.
Where exactly does 2nd end?
Probably where 38 cuts north.
I think,
Oh,
yeah,
because
Sherman,
there's a
38.
20-mile-an-hour stretch
Yes.
before you get to 38.
I think it's right there where the hump, where it used to be.
Okay.
Doug Cole lived.
Yeah, where Doug, I mean, if you know where Doug lives, but Feeney's, do you know where Feeney's live?
Yeah.
Just past their house.
Okay.
Feeney's are like 906, I believe, West 2nd, and from there it turns to 241st.
I would imagine the change in the section that is closed is going to drive down traffic on 2nd Street now. That's just me speculating, but
Well,
since
the bigger picture, 55 is way too fast to go through there anyway.
absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, regardless of 47 being closed, I never noticed that it was 55. I don't. Kevin, is that posted 55 out there?
No, sir, by state ordinance, if it's not posted on a country or county road, it defaults back to 55.
Okay. So can we get, would Banning be the one to do, I see we have Banning here. Can you get us a quote on what a traffic study would cost by our next meeting? And I would probably do one for 226 as well at the same time. So you know where we're talking about on 2nd Street, where, contact me if you need clarification, but, so hopefully next meeting we'll have some documents to look at to discuss, possibly approve a traffic study.
Mr. Chesney, if you just email that scope and fee to me, and I'll circulate to the council. Fair enough.
Anything else for good of the order?
I'll just throw out under good of the order, I will not be in attendance at the June 2nd meeting. I'm using some of my vacation that I've banked at the school corporation, and we're going to Michigan for a week, so I will not be in attendance.
Okay, so, Counselor Stone will not be here either.
I'll be out of town.
So the rest of you guys gonna be here? So we have a quorum?
June 2nd.
Yes. We'll cover that now while we're sitting here. While everybody's looking at their busy schedules, we did request appraisals for property on 3rd Street in Sheridan, just west of Main Street, known as the Williams property. You did circulate those 2 appraisals through.
I did.
I would like to request an executive session to be able to discuss those 2 appraisals and see if there's any interest or any ideas on how to handle that. So before we get out of here, let's try to figure out a good time for an executive session to do that. Would you like to do it, or is legal available prior to the next meeting, like June 2, like at 5? I know we'll have 2 of us missing, but I think we'll still have enough that we can. So let's just plan on an executive session at 5:15. Let's say 5:15. 45 minutes should be plenty of time to. Okay. Anything else for good of the order? If not, I'll open it up to public comment. Anyone in the audience may come up up front. You have 3 minutes to discuss non-agenda topics. And I saw your hand up. She beat you to it, so you're next.
So I'm Carol Williamson. I'm the president of the Sheridan Events Committee. I'm just letting everybody know that we have a 4th of July celebration happening this year. It is at the high school. Let me repeat that. The high school, not at Biddle Park this year. All fireworks are at the high school. The festival celebration will start at 4 p.m. So it starts at 4 p.m. and goes until 10:15, which is when fireworks will happen. Residents and people who are coming can sit in the stadium at the high school. We'll have music playing and the fireworks will go off close to the field behind the high school this year. So there'll be plenty of parking for everyone. It'll be a great area for us to be able to view the fireworks. The festival beforehand, starts at 4 o'clock. We are bringing back a tradition. We have a biplane that is going to drop 3 rounds of ping pong balls off into the baseball field area. They will have color-coded per age group, and then they will also have numbers on it. And then throughout the evening, we'll have like a board that shows what number has been drawn out of basically the bucket, and you win a prize. So you'll just be able to hang on to your ping pong ball. Different age groups for that. We'll do some smaller age groups so that the littles don't get trampled going looking for a ping pong ball out in the baseball field. And then another drop will happen for the middle age range, and then 15 and up is considered adult. So that is what's going to kick off our evening. We've got about 11 inflatable things that will happen in a kid zone. That is going to be on the practice field at the high school, the practice football field. So that whole area with a DJ there. We will also have a band. Park Avenue Band is a 9-piece band. They are coming and they will be playing from 6 to 9:30. And that will be on the sidewalks in front of the main entrance where the high school is. So the sound will be projecting out into the parking lot as well. We've got food vendors. We have goods vendors. We plan on having a hot dog eating contest, a watermelon eating contest for kids. So the adults is the hot dog eating contest, 15 and up. And then we will have a watermelon eating contest for the kids. Let's see, what else? Oh, wait, we also have White River Wrestling. They will be inside the field house in the air conditioning. So that is happening at 7 to 8:30. And then we are having, so the kids zone will close at 9:30. And we're going to encourage everyone to head to the stadium because from 9:30 to 10 o'clock, we're bringing back some Old Faithfuls. We're bringing back for the kids onto the stadium floor sack races, three-legged races, hula hoop contest, tug of war as well. And then as we get closer to 10 o'clock, the lights will dim. We'll have like a glow party as well. So come out, have fun. So 4 o'clock, it all starts at the high school with fireworks at 10:15, and there will be sound playing with Mr. Bragg helping us out with that. He's going to have sound and music playing in the stadium. So it's one of the ones that you're not going to want to miss. You're going to start seeing signs coming up around town. So those will start going up. They have a QR code on the back that will kind of, if anyone scans it, you can get more information as well on the schedule and those type of things. So anyway, yeah.
Is there a parade?
I'm not in charge of the parade. But yes, there is a parade.
There is a parade?
Yes. So the Lions Club, we met with the Lions Club at the high school with Dr. Mundy, and there will be a parade that is happening normal time, 10 o'clock, I believe. But again, I'm only speaking as to what was discussed with Dr. Mundy at that meeting.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Will people be able to sit on the turf?
No, no
Okay.
one will be allowed to sit on the turf.
Okay.
You'll be allowed to sit in stadium seating.
Okay.
Yeah. There will be a clearly defined area where you're allowed and not allowed, based on what the fireworks company has put into place.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
I just wanted to just ask a few questions briefly. This is also another speed limit topic.
Please state your name
sorry, yes, thank you.
and your address.
Yes, sure. Eric Stenke, 2355 West 236th Street. So as probably a lot of people know, that street tends to have an issue with speed as well. And where I live, and a good portion of the street coming out of town, if you go to the east, it is a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit, right? So, but I can pretty much guarantee you, through my own personal traffic study I can do from my front yard, that 90% of people don't abide by that speed limit by any stretch of the imagination. So the question, I guess, is with the planned improvements to 236th Street, is there any scope that would address any speed issues in that area, or is that just going to have to be a law enforcement thing, as that goes on?
Well, I don't think we're adding any chicanes or speed bumps to try to slow things down. So, I mean, the road's getting wider. So I guess the opportunity for speeds to increase could actually happen there. So we're going to have to rely on our police force to really watch that. I also live in that same general area, and yeah, it's pretty quick through there. And I'm in communication with them to try to help monitor that area. And the State Road 47 rebuild has pulled their attention away from it quite a bit here recently, but I do know, I mean, we have one of our officers that live right there as well.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think anything new in the reconstruction of 236 is designed to slow people down.
Okay. Would it be a possibility to consider maybe something like, I think, because like there is there's the digital sign that's kind of right by Lamong and 236th Street there, but it seems like everyone coming from the east doesn't notice the first 35 feet sign, which is 500 feet or so before that.
Sure.
Would it be reasonable to think about maybe adding another one there or moving that one up there to get
Potentially,
to draw
yes.
attention more?
Yes.
I think that could be helpful.
Yeah. No, I think signage would definitely help.
Yeah, because people definitely, you can tell when they see that, because it flashes red, when you're over the speed limit, and they tend to react to that
Mhm.
way more than just blowing by the regular speed limit.
Well, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you changed it to flash red to slow down instead of giving the actual number?
It doesn't give an actual number, well, it'll show how fast you're going,
Okay,
but it will flash multiple tones.
okay,
And, another one of those signs is roughly $3,500.
okay.
Well, you guys are more than welcome to park in my driveway whenever you want.
Because I already was
Yeah,
researching it. But we do have our mobile trailer, and we can put it on our list of places to set it out at.
Sure.
If there's a good place we can put it. I can't just, we have to make sure that it's off the roadway.
Sure.
And a lot of times people let us put it in their, little bit of an easement in their yard.
Might be able to,
For a couple of weeks. And
you might be able to put it right across the street from Jansen's. Cause that house is vacant.
But there is the town's right-of-way extending north off of
Yeah.
where I believe there's
Where Lamont tees
piles
into
of millings right now.
236, that's town property. You could put it there. I don't know how far out. I didn't catch your address, so I don't know.
235, I'm the first house, east of Lamont on 236th Street,
On the south?
south side.
Okay. You're in Doug Rogers' old house?
Yep.
Okay.
One thing that may inform, as it relates to the design, may inform the speed limit, potential reduction is if the design in that particular area calls for curbing, like a chair back curb. If you'll recall, NDOT's installing those as part of the 47 reconstruction. They lowered the speed limit from, I believe, 35 to 30.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's informed by traffic safety standards, because with the chair back curb, it tends to deflect the car into the opposing traffic lane.
And I think that's what we had in the design of
Yeah.
the new,
Oh, there's new curbs?
yeah, there'll be curbs.
Okay.
Not all the way out, but I think from like Lamont, maybe just a little east of Lamont, if I remember. I've not looked.
It's the rounded type. So, I guess there are some improvements to it that
Yeah.
are gonna help with that, and I would think, yes, sir.
So the other thing I was just sitting here thinking about is, tomorrow I can go out and look at that digital sign. I may be able to turn it on that pole to where it faces the other direction. I'll just have to make sure that the radar is picking up the traffic.
Well, it's coming into town, not going out. is what
Well,
you're-
it's
Well,
both. Yeah,
It is.
it's definitely both.
Yeah, they hit Coy's house, and it's a drag race.
Yeah.
Once they pass the police car, it's pedaled down. I know. I live too close to that, and I can't do it, so.
Thank you.
I know there's been a couple of people seeing how high the numbers will go on that.
I remember, yeah, I remember hearing one time that,
Yeah, and there's somebody in this room that has the record too.
I remember hearing the highest was like 80-something before one
No,
time.
I think somebody in here has a higher number. It's not me. It's not me. They were pretty happy about it. But thank you for your concern, and
Yes.
keep coming, and anytime, email us. Our emails are on the website, or come in here, but we are concerned with it as well.
Thank you. I just have one other quick question real quick.
Yeah.
Is there a place I can find more information about the project there in general?
There will be soon. We're still under engineering, design right now.
Okay.
Well, to some degree, because we're early stages.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
that's all I know for right now, but we should,
Yeah.
this will be the guy. So,
Yep.
yeah, so be friends with Eric, and he'll keep you informed.
Sounds good. Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
so much.
you.
Thank you.
Anyone else for good of the order? Vance, you surely need to come up and test the new mic. Thank you. We do too. And you can hear us, right?
We are growing and we will have some thought.
We will. So, seeing that there's none, I just, council president statement, I'm just excited about this remodel. Hopefully we figure out how we continue this through, and gentleman over there will figure that out for us, right? And, moving forward, is there, accounts payable vouchers?
I'll make a motion, we pay accounts payable vouchers.
I Have a motion and second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Next upcoming meetings, Town Council, June 2nd is our next meeting in here at 6. Park Board is May 27th. RDC is May 26th. BZA is the 21st. Advisory Plan Commission is also the 21st. So Vance, you'll be sitting up here at BZA. Other than that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Before we vote on this, we've got some papers here to sign. I haven't gone through them, so don't run off if you're a councilman. So we've got some signatures, but motion and second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Be careful getting home.